Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and nostalgic 90s nerds to my channel, Slime and Slashers, where, we talk about everything from Nickelodeon slime to horror movie slashers, but lots of stuff in between, too. However, today's video is a little different, and it's honestly very special to me, because I am celebrating my 1-year anniversary of collaborations with my friend, Kat. And if you guys have been watching my channel for any length of time, you might have noticed that she and I have done so much content together, and that's because it all started last Halloween 2020, when we decided to do a big marathon and then talk about it, and we had that wrap-up chat in November. So that was our very first chat and our very first kind of content collab together, and we didn't know it was going to turn into more, but it did, and I'm so glad it did. But more importantly, honestly, it's special to me because it really deepened our friendship, all of these marathons that we've done together, and then the chats that have followed the marathons themselves. And a lot of the movies we have watched for all these marathons are mostly horror movies. We had one marathon that was about a musical, but other than that, we've watched a ton of horror, and we've really taken a deep dive into the movies we watched and analyzed them and discussed them and given fun facts and researched. It's been really fascinating this whole year. We've learned so much. So guys, please check out all of our chats. I have linked a playlist with every single one of them below, and it's been a lot of fun. We did do one vlog, so it's not all horror movie analysis, but most of it is. And so what I'm going to be showing you guys today, though, is something extra special. So to kind of entice you to watch some of these videos, I decided why not do a best of clip compilation of the very funniest and wackiest parts of Kat and I's chats over the last 12 plus months. It's really been like 12 months and a couple of days, so it's literally our 1-year anniversary. And so this is in celebration of that. We did have a live stream that also celebrated the anniversary, where we basically picked our favorite movies and our least favorite movies out of all the movies we watched for our marathon. For me, that was out of 164 movies, I had to pick my top 25, and most of it was horror, like I said. She had to pick out of 102 movies and pick her favorite and least favorites, and we did like a top list for each. And we also, did a list for cheesiest, so if you haven't seen the live stream, I'll also link that by itself below in the description. But yeah, good stuff. However, this particular video, it's all about funny wackiness. And I will say, so before we go into the video quickly, in our live stream, one of the things we discussed, I had watched and rewatched most of our videos that were up on my YouTube because I was trying to do this best of clip compilation video that you're about to see, which entailed me having to go back and watch and take time code notes and remember where all the funniest parts were so I could edit it. So while I was doing that, I also noticed that we said quite a few words over and over again. And this is going to make us sound very vulgar, but it's only because the type of movies we ended up watching had these, things in it. So it's not us, we're not, really, filthy people or anything, or crass, but I just thought it was funny that we said these words so many times. At the time of our live stream, I had only watched, half of our videos when I was trying to, find the best of clips. Now I've watched through them all again. So I have got the updated numbers that I wanted to give you guys. So I'm sorry to be crass, but we said wiener 10 times out of all of our chats. So in about 21 chats, we said dildo 6 times. We said penis 13 times. We said boner 28 times, which I guess is the thing we said the most. We said dick 8 times, and we said feral naked man 5 times. All the penis stuff was because of the movie Rottentail, I gotta say. That was mostly due to that, but after we watched that movie, we had a lot of other movies that had those elements in it, and while we were discussing the movie, we were like, how come it has these things in it? So you'll see it in the best of clips, but I think you guys will enjoy this. First, I will show you guys some intros that we did. It's kind of like a compilation of our intros that's very short, but then we get to the good stuff, and it's the funny stuff. So stay tuned. Right after this short intro, we'll get into the best clips. And it wouldn't be Kat and I if it wasn't ridiculously long. So yes, this best of compilation is long, and I thought that was only right and appropriate. So enjoy. Hey everybody! I'm Kelsey, and I'm joined with one of my favorite people in the entire world, my wonderful, wonderful friend, Catherine. And the cool thing is, we have a lot in common. We always, one, we're super passionate people, and whenever we get together, which really isn't often enough, we always have the most fun time just catching up and talking about the things we both like. And one of our common interests is Halloween, and also the horror movie genre. So When Catherine proposed doing this Zoom together for our blogs, I was like, heck yes, let's talk Halloween and horror together. So without further ado, I'm joined by my wonderful friend, Catherine. Catherine, how you doing?
Hey, Kelsey. So good to see you. I'm excited about doing this.
But today we are celebrating officially our 1 year anniversary of content collaboration together. So our first video that we ever did dropped back in November of 2020. Nice. Basically, I believe it was November 8th. So I can't believe it's been over a year now.
I know, because starting out, we didn't plan on it being something that was going to go on a pretty regular basis.
I know. We were like, oh, we're just going to do a Halloween marathon and let's talk about it for our blogs. And then it just morphed into something much more. Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and cats peeps. Yeah, you know what that means? I'm joined by my friend Kat. But we're in person. I'm touching her. I'm touching her. I'm so excited. She's here. Thank you, Kat. Hi, guys. Welcome. Welcome, I should say, fellow freaks, geeks, and cats peeps, because I'm joined in person again by my friend Kat. I'm so excited, guys, and I'm so happy because she went through so many great lengths to join me today. And I gotta thank you, Kat. Thank you for going into your car and driving over and using someone else's Wi-Fi to be here. Explain why you're doing this.
Well, because we were hit by Hurricane Ida, and because of that, I have no internet. Thankfully, I have electricity, but I have no internet, and so I am basically in Books A Million's parking lot, so that I can record this with Kelsey.
Oh, I love you, Kat. I love you so much for doing this with me.
Hey,
you're here live in person. We're in my lair once again.
Yes, this is one of our favorite places to chat, in the lair.
I love the lair, and I love that you nicknamed it the lair. I did not nickname my own room the lair. Kat did. That would be kind of weird if I was like, come into my lair, and if it was me doing it. That'd be a little weird. I'm glad it was you. So excited, we're talking more slashers. Today, blood, guts, it's beautiful. At least to me. I don't know how you feel about it, but I like talking about this stuff.
I do too. I love it. I love it.
We're very morbid, but in a cool, fun way. In a nice way. We're very nice people. Don't be fooled by our interest in the macabre. We just like this type of stuff. At least in movie form. I'm here with Kat, and we're gonna do a whole day of fun vlogging. We're gonna do lots of Halloweeny stuff. We're geared up. Kat has our I Love Zombies. Yes. I have my Boo shirt and also some earrings. We are ready to go. We're all thematic, and we're hoping that we're going to find some Halloween gems at the stores we're going to. Yes. Life's a show, and we all play a part. And when the music starts, we open up our hearts. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Wait, no, we're not. We're off to see you guys because we're going to be talking about musicals today. And I'm joined with one of my favorite people in the whole world, the musical world and the regular world, Kat. Hey, Kat, thanks for joining me.
Hey, Kelsey, I'm excited to be here.
You don't got a show-stopping number? I had to look up those Buffy lyrics. So I was like, I want to do Buffy, but we also wanted to do Wizard of Oz. So that was our intro.
One word I have written on my information. Terrible. Terrible.
I thought it was going to be dildos because, by the way, high school kids in the movie, first 10 minutes, they're given dildos as presents. Multiple girls.
In a classroom. In a
high school. The teacher's like, ah, ha, ha, laughing about it. And I literally wrote, what kind of school is this? Dildos as presents at school.
That was our first reveal.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
If you guys don't know, if you're new viewers to our chats, we keep having these marathons, and there's always a movie lately, or a book even, when we read our books together in our book club, that have to do with penises, boners, whatever. So it's a long-running joke now for those of you guys who might be new.
Well, they might have been there the whole entire time, and we didn't really notice them until we saw Rottentail, and then after that, it seems like
But Saint, it started with Saint, I think.
It did,
with
but
the
we
dildos.
didn't realize.
No, we didn't realize at the time.
But I'm sure there might have been other ones.
Go ahead, Kat. 15.
Rottentail.
Rottentail! Boners! No, just kidding. Not that it matters.
Double thumbs down.
If it had a story and boners, it wouldn't have been so bad, but it just had the boners. So. So in that case, no. Like, if you had a good story, I'd be like, yeah, sure, great, hilarious. But no. Anyway.
But I wanted you to realize that the zombie outbreak actually takes place because dun dun dun.
Human error. Oh, a wiener. Yes, human error and a wiener, which happens all the time in the movies we're watching. What's with the wieners? I don't know.
When I was getting my notes prepared for this, I'm like, another wiener incident. And this time it actually starts the zombie apocalypse.
Forgot about that. I didn't even think of it like that. But yes, I was like, oh yeah, human error, like blah, blah, wieners. Let's get to the biggest crazy part of the movie, no pun intended, flipping boners. This one general, he's obsessed with his penis. And like, this is the part where I'm saying it tries like so insanely hard that, again, no pun intended, it's just so over the top and gross. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's this whole scene. And you warned me about it, but I just didn't know it'd be so over the top. I don't know what it is with me and Kat, but boners pop up, and no pun intended, or like that's not supposed to be like an innuendo or anything, but boners seem to be popping up in the movies we're watching, and it's not on purpose. It just seems to happen. I don't know what it is. We just keep picking out these movies that these penis comedy is used.
I mean, this is one of the quotes that the leprechaun says, okay?
Okay, I can't wait.
A friend with weed is a friend indeed, but a friend with a gold is worth more, I'm told. I mean, it's like, and just the hoochie mamas, and I mean, I'm just gonna say, they just kind of went overboard, with, I don't know. I've seen other movies that have kind of been like spoofs or, horror. Like, for example, Tales from the Hood, which was, I think, directed or even written by Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Okay. I enjoyed that one totally. I mean, Snoop Dogg was in it and everything, and it was really creepy. But it's like, I don't know. I could not. I mean, about the craziest thing, though, is if you can get through the movie till the end, there is a rap song. The leprechaun raps at the end in a bar with the hoochie mamas.
I'm sorry.
It is the craziest thing.
I almost want to see it now for the rap. The mic is so big it blocks my head. We were just talking about how big the mic was in one of our other live streams. It's ridiculous.
It actually looked 5 times as big as it is right now.
I think it's gonna look just as big when you see it blown up. We're watching on a small screen right now. The wiring in his brain's already wrong as a kid. It's like it's like obvious. Yeah, it's wrong. I'm just thinking, I think he has a disposition to have like a mental illness.
Yeah, I would think so.
So I think this little episode with just seeing the mom and Santa like close together and like in a weird position.
They're not even doing anything that would warrant that. I mean, what does she do? She like, I mean, he's looking at her leg. I could see if she was like in like skimpy lingerie or something.
It's a little weird. Like they didn't even go all out and like show more. Like the parents actually like having sex or something. They're like just the Santa's like by her leg, like caressing her leg with his head. But to the kid, it was like, oh my God, this is like Santa who I worship, like messing around with my mom. I don't know. I won't give away what happens after because there's it gets crazier. And like, how can a snowman have a little girl? I don't know. I am your father, Luke. It's Star Wars. No!
That is hilarious. If you could just turn into a werewolf, that means we have potential.
Yeah, we do have potential. Is it good or bad? Kill some pigs. I don't know. Like free pork chops. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying or doing.
She really didn't mean that for all you people out there that love pigs. I do too.
Cute. They're little and squealy. Anyway, no. I do not want to eat pork chop. I mean, I eat pork chop. I don't want to eat them like tear them up like a wolf. This is going out of control very quickly. Oh no, Dana has a pet pig and he's offended. His name is Hamlet. Oh my God, Hamlet, I'm sorry. I love pigs. I do not want to hurt you at all, Hamlet, you cuties.
Pigs. So I don't mind one little pig by itself, but when I see like a group of pigs, I'm like, because they're gonna get in a frenzy and they're gonna eat me.
Yeah. So when the mom started when the mom started eating her baby, proof. It's not a curse. It's just pigs are asses.
So I mean, I know that was a little bit of a tangent.
No,
but
I love that.
Pigs will eat you.
Yeah, I mean the family member is just sitting there, not feeling good. Next second, you come close to try to comfort them or talk to them, and they go. And that's it. And then it gets worse from there. Shit hits the fan.
What is the famous line that she says, Kelsi?
You're what the French call les incompetents. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. The one thing, and it was all the women, not just Olivia Newton-John, but the eyebrows. I mean, all I kept looking at was her eyebrows. I'm like, her eyebrows were distracting me. Like, I have thicker eyebrows, but like all the people had like just very like one line. Thin. I could just look at them. I was staring at them. Like in the drive-in scene, that's all I was looking at was her eyebrows.
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't know why. It just was distracting. But she was great. I loved her. Okay. Least favorite, horrible, dislike. I'm guessing you wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I have a tie for number 5.
Oh, you do?
I'm sorry, but I have a tie.
Is it session 9?
Tourist Trap is tied with session 9.
Damn you! I knew it. I was scared, and it came true. My nightmare. The end has something to do with like this band and one of the psychopaths, and it's very confusing. Like, what's going on? Did he just find his people when he's like at this music hall? I don't know what's happening. Right. You guys got to see this if you want a good laugh.
You do, because there are parts in it that are kind of comical. I mean,
yes. Here's the part I want to talk about. You see this guy, guys? You see him? It's the mailman. Well, this is the best scene in the movie, and it's not spoiling anything. I pulled this off of YouTube, and I honestly want you guys to see it because I think it will give you an idea at how flippin' insane this movie is. And, I think you're gonna laugh, guys. So here we go. Here is the bike scene, and we'll continue talking about it after.
That. I want that.
What are you, some kind of asshole?
So as you guys can see, sorry we had a little bit of trouble getting it up right away, but you can see that part is absurd. You need to see the movie. Well, I mean, that's my favorite part, but so when we go into our movie rankings at the end, mine, I put it high because of that scene alone. We watched it 3 times.
Yes, and I showed several people.
Yeah, because I was so sad I couldn't find it on YouTube. I searched for Alone in the Dark bike scene.
And then I found it for you.
Yeah, she found it, and I was like, how'd you find it? And so I bookmarked it and saved it. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's so amazing. I will always like Alone in the Dark for the mailman scene. I never regret having that movie on the list because mailman. And so she is comforting him, trying to get the baby back, the baby doll. And he's like all right up against her chest. And I'm like, oh my god, something's gonna happen. He's gonna bite her boob off. That's what I thought was gonna happen. I was like, oh my god, don't let him cuddle with you. And feral naked man 3 times. I don't know if you even remember what that was from. No. It was from a Christmas movie. A Christmas horror movie. You said it, not me.
I did?
Yes! It wasn't me. I rewatched it. It was you. You're like, you even said, like, in the chat, you're like, can I say who he is? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. You're like, it's a feral naked man. The only part was at the end, though. So Gary Busey's in it as well, and he really did a good job.
Yeah, he's fabulous in this.
He is. But at the end, there are some really, like, slow reactions and crazy reactions that do make you laugh, but it added it. Yeah. It added to it for me. So Gary Busey at one part's like, I can't even do it. It's like this weird reaction. I can't even, like, how would you do it? I don't know. It wasn't, like, tongue out, but it was like...
I almost wonder how many times they had to...
Look scared! I don't know. That's the director saying look scared.
The whole combination. It was like scared, bewildered, startled.
Slow motion, like, have a fearful face, but in slow-mo. Okay. I don't even know. And then he gets thrown around the room. This is not really spoilers. I'm not going to tell you what happens. Like, does he get hurt or not?
No,
but anyway,
we're not even going to...
He does get thrown, and it's great. Like, and it reminded me, so we have this chat up on my channel where we talked about this great movie.
Alone in the Dark?
Yes, Alone in the Dark. And there's a scene with a mailman who gets hit by a car and goes flying. Like, ridiculous flying, just from getting tapped. And he's like, oh, and then he's dead. We think.
It's one of your favorite scenes
ever,
I think, that we've talked about in a very long time.
It's so great, but this is what the Gary Busey scene at the end reminded me of the mailman from Alone in the Dark. So if you haven't seen Alone in the Dark, it's now available, I believe, on Blu-ray. We talked about that, I think.
Wow.
I would recommend getting it just for the mailman scene, really. Otherwise, I mean, it's pretty fun, but...
Well, I discovered one thing that everything has in common, and that slasher films is a subgenre of horror films.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about all they agree on officially.
Right. Was that Satan's Little Helper?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you hated him.
Well,
he was helping Satan.
I don't mind so
much.
much.
Like it was Santa's little helper.
It's okay if it was Satan's little helper. I like devil and possession stuff that makes me sound very like weird, but I'm not into worship or anything like devil worship. I always get into these weird statements where I like go down a rabbit hole and it gets worse every time I try to elaborate what I mean. But I'm not into devil worship. I just like those types of movies.
It was a lot of fun because we got to sniff and see.
We sniffed a lot.
Yeah, we sniffed a lot of candles.
And also David Bowie's hair. I used to think it was cool, and now I'm like, how could I ever have thought it was cool? It's like this. It's like this. Like, what's with the hair?
It's clearly a wig.
I mean, yes. But still, it's like, oh my God, the hair. It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, he is so loony in it. I love how you were like, he's smoking weed. Like, definitely.
I'm like, he has to be.
Yeah.
He actually craps all these, like, rabbit pellet turds.
And he looks at him, and he's like, what the hell? Yeah, dude, you got problems. You got big problems here.
I'm like, I mean, I gave it a half star. I didn't want to give it any stars, but I said, let me give it a half star. But it was not my cup of tea. And I honestly didn't think I could watch anything worse than Leprechaun in the Hood. But I was mistaken.
You were so wrong. And you warned me too. You were texting me, I can't wait for you to watch it so we can talk about it. I'm sitting in there 5 minutes in. I'm like, this is already weird. With the looks, like we talked about those weird looks with the security guard and the bunny
and then you texted about the pellets, and I'm like, just wait.
Then the boner.
To the worst part.
She's like, you literally said, wait till you see the general and his wife. I'm like, okay. And then as soon as I got there, I knew exactly what you meant. I was like, oh God, this is it. And then it even got worse. Like, I didn't even know. You didn't warn me about the boner flinging girl. It's so absurd.
Hey, I mean, kudos to us. We should have stars for at least sticking with the whole entire movie and not shutting it off.
Man, we're twisted. At least there was some heads cut off. Yeah.
I know, it's so like,
twisted. A guy gets pogoed to death. He gets pogoed to death pogo, like a pogo stick. Yeah, like some guy's guts get spilled all over the place. It's terribly shot too, by the way, when it gets pogoed to death, but amazing. So my favorite movie kill was when, like, and this isn't really a spoiler because it happens like right in the first 2 minutes, some guy gets decapitated like with a swipe of a claw, like very easily, and his head flies. It's wonderful.
I think you like the flying part.
What is with me and flying stuff? Like, if people fly across the room, I love it. If people fly across like the road on a bike, like the mailman, and it's just like dead, I love it. And if people's head flies across the freaking railroad, then I love it too, apparently. I don't know. But the other scene that's not feel good is the needle goes into a freaking eye, right into it. Oh my god, I wanted to throw up again. Eyes make me want to pass out, and I touch my eye every day for putting in contacts and taking them out. But like a needle. I could never get laser surgery because the idea of my eye being held open.
Well, you do realize that if you had eye surgery, they would put you to sleep.
No, you're awake.
What?
I heard you're awake. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That would be terrible.
I know. That's why I will never get it.
I'm surprised anybody would get it.
I think it's because you have to be awake or your eyes would roll back.
What?
They numb you, but...
Oh, heck no.
I know.
I mean,
am I wrong, guys? But I'm pretty sure I've heard or read that you have to have your eyes clamped open, and I think you're awake.
Oh, no. Just the clamping of the eyes would freak me out.
I know, me too. That's why I can't get it. It's terrible. I can't do it.
Well, I watched it. Holy moly. Okay. I was like the whole time texting Kelsi, I don't know if I should continue watching this. This is scary. This is terrible. So we both ended up watching the film. We both really were kind of speechless for a little bit. And then we decided we had to kind of sit with our feelings and decide, did we really like it, not like it? Or, were there things we did like about it or whatever? I mean, is there even a middle ground with Terrifier? I mean, from what I understand, some people like it, some people don't like it, but can you really say you could be neutral, and say, yes, I like it, but the things I don't like about it. I think I went from horrified to terrified. Art the Clown makes my skin crawl. And, I really honestly think the film did its job because we're having a conversation just about Terrifier.
It was obviously effective. I mean, it creeped me the heck out. It's almost like he willed her to survive. Like maybe he had a connection with the devil, and so when he was doing CPR, because I mean, she was stabbed a lot. Mm-hmm. I mean, she was stabbed a ton, and all of a sudden she breathes again. In fact, I even joked when I was watching it, I said out loud, I said, she would have died from blood loss, not from stopping breathing. So he's just doing some mouth to mouth, and all of a sudden she's like, I'm awake. Like, come on, it would take more than that. It would take, she needed blood. I mean, she still needed work done, but it just, to me, wouldn't make sense that she would have even woken up there.
Yeah, so I'm going to be going from lots of love.
Lots of killing.
And happy endings to a lot of death and unhappy endings.
Yeah. I mean, I like musicals and all this goodness and stuff, but at the same time, I much prefer the darkness. So,
yeah.
And believe me, I was so excited when he got it.
Me too. And that makeup looked really good.
I know.
Yeah, I actually liked that part. I thought that was well done.
Now I do have to do the saying about the cornball situations here, with the reactions from the actors and stuff. It's almost like they cut the scene while they were actually filming, just stand there for 5 minutes as we get your reaction. But that, and when the guy was on the shore at the beginning when that boating accident happened, it's like they discover something horrific, and it's like
he just stands there.
They just stand there. They don't react. They don't do anything. And it's the same with the guy on the ground. It's like the other cook comes in and he's like,
I know, he just pauses
and then
there.
It shoots to the guy with the bubbling skin, and then it's like, why are you not moving? Why you didn't run back out and scream, help, help?
Yeah, and the little girl during the boating accident, a different girl, was like, oh my God, someone help him! And the guy's just standing there.
Even if it was a stranger, we
jump in.
Yes, people would be running towards trying to help. I mean, I don't know. That was one of my things that was okay, what have I gotten into with this movie? I mean, but it was that kind of a lot of different things. It was sort of the way it was cut. It was okay, we're going to go back and do reaction shots to this. So it wasn't really even happening at that moment.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, you know how I like corny stuff.
I know you do.
That added to, for me, I was like, I like that part. I don't know, whatever. I'm so weird. Avi Reed says she likes that we have different opinions. Keeps it fresh.
Yay!
See, there's nothing wrong with different opinions, and I like that we're coming at it from different educated angles and a little corn. You can't really call corn educated, so I don't know. I just am a cheesy
unless
person.
it's gourmet corn.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Not
Corn-
Orville
corn on the
Redenbacher
cob.
corn.
Kind of more sophisticated than just
Well, it's
corn.
true, and we are never.
Actually, is it the reverse? Is regular corn better? Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. Really, I don't know.
What's
We can
more
have a whole- We can have a whole deep dive into corn.
Honestly, my interest is peaked, kind of. So the moped dance-off, you had me there. So.
Kelsey's queen of corn.
I am.
Cheesy corn.
This is what we've...
Cheesiness and corn.
This is what we've come to the conclusion of.
Yes,
Basically,
I think so.
I love cheese in movies, and she doesn't really. So this is like what we've learned over the last year in terms of movie tastes.
Yes.
So I have to be careful when, like, suggesting something to Kat. Like, Ginger Dead Man, should you try it? Should you not? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you could appreciate the cheese like I can. I've got the finer taste in cheese.
And it smells.
To some people, I guess.
It's supposed to be a comedy horror, but it is really absurd. And what's so surprising about this is IMDb gave it a 3.4 out of 10. Okay. 17% is what the critics gave them on Rotten Tomatoes. So it beat Night of the Lepus.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The audience gave it 93% of the audience loved this movie, which is unbelievable to me. And this was one of the quotes by Steve N. What a feast for the eyes. Funny, irreverent, and awesome. Sure to be a cult classic. Okay, that was a feast for his eyes. I had to scrub my eyes twice.
Yay.
I wish I would have gotten. We have a lot of different rankings,
We
don't we?
do.
Oh gosh. So also another different shaped one. So I didn't care about this witch's like headband.
I think
that
you
came
should
with-
try it on.
I mean, I gotta get scissors, but there is scissors over there. If you want to pass them to me, I'll put on the thing.
I really do.
So
think you
it's
should.
holding on this top. So this one has a top, but I will put on the headdress. It'll be ceremonial, like we're unwrapping.
I think you need to don your new headband.
My new headband, my witch headband. I bought it for the mug, not the headband. But I was just like, I could do without the headband, but whatevs. I'll wear it.
That was your bonus.
It was such a great bonus. All right, I got it off. Oh wait, it is kind of cute because it's got a jack-o'-lantern on the front with a witch hat.
I think it's gonna look adorable.
Look how cute. It's wonderful. I don't know why I'm not covering my face. You can't even see them. There you go. All right. So it's great. It's so tiny.
I know. That's what I love about it.
I don't know why the tininess of it is getting to me. It's great. You should see the fountain of paper over here that we it's just like my room is a river. I do think so. There's a sister to the doctor,
Oh, yeah.
and she's freaking wearing a mesh shirt and her boobs are out, and she's going out with her brother and his wife. Why would you wear that in front of your own brother?
And the other thing about it is she dresses totally 80s. Like, you knew it was an 80s movie just by the way she dressed.
Kevin Kline plays the coolest pirate ever on screen in Pirates of Penzance. Sorry, Johnny Depp, walk the plank. Captain Jack Sparrow is not as cool as the Pirate King from Pirates of Penzance.
Oh, that's great.
He's got like his chest open. He's got like a hairy chest in the Pirates of Penzance. It is so great. And he literally sings a song about being a pirate king. Like, it's awesome. And he plays it with humor too. Like, it's very funny. I love the way he plays a pirate in Pirates of Penzance. Definitely check it out, at least for that song. Gotta send the link. It's so good. Like, I know you like Johnny Depp, but I gotta say, like, Kevin Kline is one cool pirate. And I even said, like, any way you slice it, Johnny Depp is a better demon barber than a pirate.
Right.
Slice it like, that was a little thing. Wordplay, stupid stuff.
I'm wearing my Alice Cooper t-shirt.
He looks so scary.
Before we even move on from this, I'm going to blow your mind and everybody else that's watching, because someone had the bright idea to actually do a combo movie, like a mashup of Leprechaun would get this, Candyman.
It would never work. There's no reason. There's nothing. that makes sense about that combination ever. Like, Alien versus Predator makes sense.
Yeah,
but,
Freddy Krueger versus Michael Myers. That makes sense. Or Jason.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, but literally, this is an article that was in Screen Rant as recent as February 18th, 2020.
There's no wonder it didn't work. There's no way. It makes no sense. Like, what is he gonna do? So someone's gonna like have Leprechaun's gold, and like Leprechaun's going to, I don't know, like seek Candyman on him. It doesn't make any sense. Candyman works for nobody. I mean,
or is someone going to steal the gold and then want to get rid of Leprechaun, so they call Candyman?
That could be it too.
I mean, there's no common ground between the two characters whatsoever. There's no common ground between the universes that they occupy. So I am so glad that they nixed this.
I don't know.
It'll be terrible.
I kind of want to see it now. I want it to be made. I love terrible things sometimes. So it could be so bad that it's amazing.
You just walk in, this man has been boiled. How would you react? Okay. And then they go back, and then they go back to the man and show his skin bubbling. And then they go back to the person who discovers him, and he's like,
yeah, but the skin bubbling was
great.
great.
You're just like, a normal person would not act like that. A normal person would be screaming, or like no sound comes out of his mouth.
I don't know. You and Paul are on the same wavelength in terms of not liking the corniness. I friggin' love it.
I don't know. You just love all that corn.
I don't know why. Corn. Let's boil up some corn. Movie corn. Only for the line, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. I don't know why, but that line, I quote it all the time. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. And whatever. I just love saying that.
Number 3, Driller Killer.
In a bad way.
Yeah. I mean, super cheesy. Even to the cheese on the top of that pizza he eats.
Yeah, there's a pizza scene. We'll discuss it.
Yes.
It's warranted. Like, discussion is warranted.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, on that cheese.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Actually, it was pepper pizza. Anyway, go ahead. Gross. It was disgusting peppers. Anyway, go ahead. This guy, I think he was creepier than the killer. I think he was the worst part of the movie. It was a guy who lived in the apartment building that Karen and Alice lived in.
Well, he's also the landlord.
Yes. So she has to interact with him when paying the rent, and he's almost like a pedophile type of character.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah, he tries to hit on Alice, and she's like, ah! And also, as you could see on his pants, I don't know what this is. I watched this with Paul, and he's like, why?
I think it's cat pee.
Oh, you think it's cat pee? We were like, why did he pee his pants and leave it there? But yes, he's also a cat guy.
He has tons of cats. He's gross. Alice refers to him as fatty.
Look at this. Look at this. This is very, very scary. Like, look at this face here. I would not want to see this face every day.
You too will be able to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Yes. I'm so happy. I'm glad nice people will get to go on and know how to survive. And humanity won't be full of assholes like in all these zombie films, apparently. So it's a good thing. We need more nice people to survive, not just the jerks. They're making this gingerbread cookie, by the way. Essentially, this guy's ashes gets mixed in, and that's how he's like brought back to life. You don't want to know the details. They show a close-up of the dough. It looks really gross. It's very terrible dialogue, terrible audio, terrible acting, terrible video quality. A lot of it's terrible. I will say this, though. The funniest part to me is this bakery is making this gingerbread cookie, and the mold is like this big, which is huge. Usually, like a cookie cutter mold is like this big, like, or like this big. So what the hell? And not only that, they only make one cookie. They make a whole big batch of dough. It's like this much dough. Well, like this much dough. Tons of dough, like this much. And they use like this one cutter. There's tons of extra dough. And in the movie, the bakery is supposed to be going out of business. Well, no wonder. They're making one flipping cookie. How are they going to make any profits? They make a whole batch of dough, making one cookie, and then it turns out to be an evil cookie. So they can't even sell it.
Right.
Like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you not bothered enough by this? Like, I even told Kelsi.
This is the greatest. You were texting me like, I would have survived.
Yes, I would have survived because first, I would have, the whole reason they don't get in the car initially is because they had too much to drink. I would have driven drunk to get away from. It was so scary. And then one of them needs to use the restroom. I would have peed in a cup. in the car.
Me
We
too.
would have, I would, and once we discovered we had the flat tire, I would have driven on the rim and would have paid any amount of money because he is so scary to me. So scary. And it's just the silent stalking and the patience and just, I don't know. It was just so creepy. And then when he smiles, it's just, his teeth are disgusting. Everything about him is just disgusting. And I don't know. It just made that was just so. I just thought about him for days after.
Yeah,
you know, because it's like I never want to come in contact with anyone that looks like this ever.
I think it's great that we'd be smart enough to escape because, yeah, I didn't know what they were doing or why, especially Dawn antagonizing him. Like, don't even go near him. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
Well, I was going to say I'm shocked because you always make rules and somehow you kind of break them.
I know. I was made to break the rules. As Pee-wee would say, I'm a loner, a rebel. But I'm not really a loner, though. But still,
No, you're not.
I am definitely a rebel. At least when it comes to my own rules. I don't know, summer camp back in the day, it felt like that with all the ridiculous, like, short pants that the guys would wear. I watched a movie with, like,
The camp sleepaway.
Sleepaway camp. Oh my God, the clothing, the guys with the cutoff shirts.
I even told you that. I was like,
yes.
you are going to die when you see this because it is so funny. In fact, I had to call Andrew in. He's my youngest son. And I was like, you have got to see these clothes. They are so hilarious. I cannot believe anybody is wearing this.
The guys were like, it was like skin tight shorts and they were like so super short. I was like, oh my God, you could
what
see
was the
everything.
cutoff shirts on the guys that were going
Why even wear a shirt?
I know.
Like, you're literally, your stomach is out. Your whole chest is almost out anyway. But anyway. And I gotta say, I loved this story mostly. There are some like absurd things. I'm not gonna get into it because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it. All I gotta say is if you guys watch it, I'd love for you to message me about it because like there's this great part at the end. I say great because it's so out there and here's my favorite word. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
And it is. There's something happens with a creature and some Elvis hair and it's all mixed up together. I'm not going to give you any specifics, but Elvis hair, creature, blah, 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 blah. You get my drift. It's really weird. And I got to say, though, so there's one scene where some guy just cooks something random that's been lying around. Who does that? Who just cooks something where they don't know where it came from? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You'll see what we're talking about if you watch it, if you haven't seen it. Also, same guy. Obviously, this guy is a little weird. He's jumping on a diving board, like in front of this, I guess you could call a swimming pool filled with leaves. And he's just jumping and jumping. Like they show him jumping on this, like he's just being silly and he's jumping and jumping. And you're like, why is he jumping? What is going on? This makes no sense. This character's so weird. One of the SWAT members literally says yeehaw like 1,000 times in this one scene. I even told Paul, like, how many times can some guy say, yeah, yeehaw? Like he's getting all excited because the adrenaline's flowing. He literally, I even told Paul, I wish I would have rewound and counted. He had to have said it 7 times. Yeah, woo! Like this one span of 5 minutes. Like, why is he cheering so much? Why is he so excited? You're missing out on the headband. It's ridiculous. All right, so anyway, this is the thing that I got that I wanted to buy was the mug. Kind of like body slam him and
right.
And crunch him up. It's pretty funny, but I mean it's not funny, but they do show him kind of like a pretzel.
Well, I think that's part of the type of movie it was. You know, a lower budget movie, 1982, and I mean when you see the after effect, he's all mangled and his leg is all.
It's wonderful. I don't know. This movie, the corniness was the best part for me, and we laughed at so many parts. I know this sounds crazy, but I kind of empathized with the main character. But of course,
my God,
he was insane though. But he was insane though. But I'm not insane. But I could see like why he was kind of disturbed. But anyway, I actually loved it. And then number 1, this will upset you. I don't know why I'm dancing about it. Christmas Evil. I'm not saying that to like rev you up. Like I really love that movie. I really love that movie.
I know you do. Clearly. If you watch the chat, you're going to see how much he loves this movie.
I love how I'm like, I'm not insane. I relate to him. I mean, he's insane. I'm not insane, but...
He is insane to love this movie so much.
It was a great film. It was a great film. It had it all. It had some cheesiness, but honestly, I thought it was... Yeah. I honestly thought was a really good look at somebody who was losing their grip with reality. And had problems.
Clearly.
Every time
Clearly
we talk
from the
about
ending. The ending really shows that as well.
Streisand and Walter Matthau didn't get along at all. Like, he hated her.
Really?
Yes, he is quoted as saying, "She has no more talent than a butterfly's fart." Like, how could he have said that? It's so mean. Oh my God, it's so mean. So I don't know why, but apparently I think she was very fond of like redoing takes over and over again. And so Walter Matthau was just so pissed about that. He just hated her. But like, he was so mean to her on set. Like, I can't even believe, like, I love Walter Matthau, but like, this kind of makes me a little like, oh my God, he was so mean. Like, this is mean stuff. Like, apparently one of the other actors, they were at a racetrack when they had an off day of filming, and there was a horse named Hello Dolly. And one of the actors placed a bet on him, on the horse, but Walter Matthau refused to place the bet on the horse because of Barbara Streisand. He said it would be bad luck. And so when this is so crazy, when the other actor placed the bet on the Hello Dolly horse, Walter Matthau refused to speak to him for the rest of the movie.
Oh no.
This is so crazy. Like, this is so insane. And Streisand hated him too. So they just hated each other.
Well,
and
I guess so. If
yeah.
you're insulted and say that your talent's compared to a butterfly's fart.
I mean, yeah, that's terrible. Like, I saw it and I was like, mugs. Like it was like a waterfall of mugs. I was like, oh my God, yes.
In fact, one of the ladies that worked there, well, she came over and she was like, I heard y'all's conversation.
She's like, y'all are really like into your conversation about like the mugs. I was like, yeah. Because I was like, Kat, look at this one, look at this one, oh my God, look at this one. I put a few back. We should know, this will seem like a lot, but we put a few back, I swear. You know what is also off-putting is his small hat. Why is it so small? I couldn't, I was like, the small hat bothers me. What a great decision to have that small hat. But I gave it a 4.5 and I rounded it down to 4 on Goodreads, or I'm going to round it down, I guess. I loved it, but I didn't, and this is unfair though, because it's not about the writing.
Don't be unfair, Kelsi.
I know. It's like the placements of the illustrations bothered me so much. Like,
Hey, that wasn't Stephen King's fault.
No, it wasn't his fault. You're right. It kind of seems unfair now to give it lower because of that, but I've been giving a lot of 5-star ratings away. I mean, geez, I'm Pete.
Hey, but you know,
it is what it is.
It is.
I don't know. I'm gonna rethink this. I'm gonna dwell on this.
I'm gonna guilt her into changing her star rating.
Yeah, she is. She's gonna be like, give it 5. Give it 5. I love King. Well, he does rule, so
yes, he does.
Stephen King rules. I can't wait to get into the opinion part because I know we actually don't agree completely on this movie.
Yeah, we don't.
So here's the synopsis. In number 6, don't hate me, Shaun of the Dead.
What?
Not because I didn't like it. And number 5 is Army of the Dead. Now, they could easily be swapped. The reason they're not swapped is because I'm biased and love Dave Bautista. That is the only reason. Technically, Shaun of the Dead is better, but I love Dave Bautista. So number 5 is Army of the Dead. It beats Shaun of the Dead. I'm so sorry. I'm going quick because I just want to get past the sadness. All right. I'm so sorry.
I mean, my heart was crushed. Crushed. Can I tell you? Crushed. How low of a ranking Kelsi gave Shaun of the Dead, my all-time
I gave it like the last spot, didn't I? I can't remember.
Movie ever.
I only watched 6 though.
I bet you if you watch, my eyes were watering.
Yeah.
A tear probably was coming down my face.
It's like one of your favorite movies, and I'm like, it's last.
I did not like this movie at all.
Yeah, I could tell you didn't like it, and I was like so surprised at how much I loved it. So I gave it a 5 out of 5. I actually think it's one of the best horror Christmas movies ever.
I'm terrible at ranking. I
don't like
I
ranking.
am actually the worst at ranking because honestly, my ranking changes as we talk about stuff. After we do a conversation, Kelsi tries to sway me onto her side.
No, I don't.
You know, like, don't you like this one better because of blah, blah, blah? But look at this and look at that. And then I'm like, yeah, that's true. Maybe I should put it ahead of this one.
I can't convince you about Christmas Eve.
No,
never, I couldn't convince
ever,
that.
Ever.
Every time we talk about this movie, we lose it. I we disagree so much on this movie. I can't believe it's like my favorite of 164 movies. And you're just
It
like,
is your absolute favorite. Out of all these movies you've watched, this is your number one of new watches.
I think part of it, to be honest, is our chat makes me think so. Maybe it's because of the chat we had about it. Makes me remember it even more fondly, if that makes sense.
In the holly jolly season of Christmas, I'll even watch it again.
Really? Yeah.
Just for you, Kelsi.
You said you should rewatch it. When I was explaining the end, and you're like, maybe I should rewatch it. Yeah. Maybe you should.
Oh, yeah. Listen to that. Oh,
I'm just kidding.
defending that first place.
I am.
You know,
We
Christmas
did.
Evil, one of your favorite films ever.
I love that movie.
Is a slasher film.
I was actually going to joke with you and say that I want to rewatch it this Christmas and make you laugh. I kind of do want to rewatch it though, for real. I really do.
I almost wonder if I should rewatch it now that I'm a little more, I have a little more information about slasher films. I can look at it from that aspect of it, but I just don't know if I can.
God, I want you to just because I know it'd be hilarious.
The cheese factor.
Cheese is amazing. I love that movie.
Well, because you like the corn. You like the corn. I do like some cheese. So we'll
you
have
like
to do
characters
it that way.
a lot, yeah. But I like the corn the most. To me, it doesn't even have to have a good like character, like, or it doesn't even have to have good acting. If it's cheesy, it's like that's something that's a pro in my book. And being like, why are they floating away in the car?
You know what I thought about when I saw him fly away in the car? Because I forgot about that scene. Do you know what I was thinking of?
What?
Christmas Evil.
Oh my God! Yes! I forgot. That's what I remember that now. Yes. Oh my God, that is so Christmas evil.
On the first day of fall.
Yeah,
So
which was
technically
in
you
November.
Started in September.
I mean September. I'm mixing all my months up. Yes, September.
So
November's after Halloween. Brain is fried.
And number fall.
Well, I don't feel so bad for flubbing my sentence just now. Thank you. It's not just me. Number fall. The littlest things make us laugh. I don't understand why.
Have to recover. Usually we can cut.
Yeah, like when we tape it, we usually laugh at the beginning, or we usually don't have to cut in the middle.
No, not usually. So
I don't know why. I don't know why we laugh at the silliest things.
No. Number one is Nosferatu by Joe Hill. I absolutely love that book by Joe Hill, which, if you don't know, Joe Hill is Stephen King's son.
You crying is making me lose it.
I am crying, guys.
All right, so I will preface my list does not include Nosferatu because she read it for her Halloween fun list for our Halloween marathon in 2020. I had just read it the month before, so I didn't really count it as part of our official marathon. I'm gonna lose it if I don't keep it together. That's the definition of losing it. What am I saying? I'm gonna lose it if I don't keep it together. That's the most obvious statement ever.
Exactly.
Anyway. All right. Come on, Kat. Now we're gonna all right, now we're gonna choose some tea.
Are we frightened together?
Yeah.
Okay, even with my brace? Okay.
Just use one hand. Or do something frightened. It's not working. No.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna be frightened?
Yeah. Wait. Okay, that's good. Alright.
Might be stupid.
It's ridiculous. Well, because you know, like our Rottentail one, it's us being frightened. We're like, I keep using the same one of like me especially. You gave me a second frightened picture, but I was like, I need another frightened picture of myself. And then whenever it's time to make one, I never like to take another one. It's dumb. Anyway, I don't know what I'm thinking.
It's hard when you're trying to do a selfie and your lighting's not good or your eyes aren't good. I don't know. I don't think I look good. I like literally have to be frightened.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what a frightened face is, like a real one.
That's why I'm not really a
I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. Maybe that's a good thing.
I mean, let's see. How many days do we have until the end of December?
A decent amount of days. I think at least, I'm not counting today because I'm not watching any today, so.
Right. Well, you're not counting today, but I mean, say we had, 9 days left. I don't think we have 9 days, but anyway.
No, see, I feel better about the months now because now we can't do math. It's okay. Christmas horror movies have fried our brains somehow.
Well, we're liberal arts majors. That's why we can't do math.
Don't ask us to do science stuff or anything that requires like a crazy amount of thought here. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Oh no, not again. Giggles. Welcome. Damn it. And here he comes. It's like he knows we're doing it. What the hell, Jackson?
I know, he hasn't been in here the whole entire time.
I know, what the hell? Now he's coming in. It's all right, Jax. I just checked on you. I know. All right, it'll be fine. Don't eat my books. Stop. You're killing me. He's too funny. All right. Jax, you want to be in for the intro? Yeah.
I should wash my Alice Cooper shirt and wear it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then I'm wearing it today.
But then, yeah. Jackson, down.
Hello.
Don't scratch Kat, please.
Hello, Jackson.
He is really being crazy right now. You know you're not supposed to jump. Down.
Okay.
Down.
I'm gonna move you.
Sorry, we got a crasher. We got a crasher.
He's a movie crasher.
Yeah.
Movie review crasher.
Every time I have a chat, like last time Kat was here, he was all up in our like chats. He was like, oh, I want to be involved. So that's just him. Oh, I'm gonna record now. Oh my god. If only it could like back record. That would be great. But I don't think it does it like that.
I know.
I'm so sad. No! We should say, by the way, we just recorded this, but I mean, we just had this convo, but we weren't recording.
That is pretty funny.
It is actually. Oh my god.
It's our
All right.
blooper. It's a blooper that didn't even make it.
I know. Oh my god. All right, here we go, picking back up. I just can't believe it.
Picking back up. We gotta start from the beginning.
Starting from the beginning. I'm so sad. We had such a good convo. Oh. I take blame. I'm so sorry. All right, here we go again. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry.
Do not feel bad, otherwise you're gonna get in your head.
I know. All right, here we go again. I just can't believe we did that. I can't believe I forgot to record.
I can't believe we went as long as we went before we realized.
Yeah, I know. That was like an hour. Oh my god. All right.
Was it really an hour?
I think so. I mean, no, we didn't start right away. It was probably 40 minutes. I thought we were doing good on time too, is the funny part.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I am so sorry. I just keep laughing because it's so ridiculous. There goes the word, but it's warranted.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. Are you ready? It's recording. It says recording, just so you know.
I see recording this time.
All right, so here we go. It's so ridiculous. Oh my God. All right. I can't stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. I just can't believe I did this. All right.
I am terrible. I can't not laugh. That's the problem. Okay.
I'm gonna laugh on camera, so it's fine. I know I'm gonna laugh about it.
Okay.
my God, there's a gnat flying around. I've been looking at it the whole time. It's been bothering me so much. I'm like, you freaking gnat. I don't know if you saw my eyes going everywhere. It's the gnats flying in front of the camera and the computer. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to see this gnat. It was killing me, this freaking gnat.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this was long. I'm thinking it is not going to be that long. I had hardly any notes.